What if your final flight really was your final flight? This is nationalpresstoday.com, where we bring you stories that go beyond headlines and into raw human truth. If you're driven by curiosity, truth, and a hunger to understand the world deeper, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop your thoughts in the comments to stay updated with real journalism. Today, we dive into a topic that many fear, but few understand. What happens to the human body in a fatal plane crash? A viral video by the YouTube channel Grunge has left viewers rattled with its graphic but eye-opening breakdown of the physical consequences when air travel goes horribly wrong. While aviation remains statistically one of the safest forms of transportation, the reality of a catastrophic failure in the air is more gruesome than most imagine. The video starts calmly, with facts. It reminds viewers that from 1983 to 1999, the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board reported that 95% of passengers involved in plane crashes survived. Even in the most catastrophic cases, more than half made it out alive. That's a number that shocks most people. But the video also issues a chilling reminder. If you're one of the unlucky few in a truly fatal crash, the physical toll is almost unthinkable. The narrator says, "If the plane crash proves fatal for those on board, the bodies are grievously injured along the way, so much so that it makes cataloging the injuries incredibly difficult." Then the words get darker. Disintegration, dismemberment, detachment of the skin. These aren't phrases made for shock, they're used because they're accurate. As the video continues, you can hear the silence of stunned viewers. Why is it so severe? The answer, according to the video, lies in the sheer violence of a crash, a mix of speed, altitude, structure, and pressure. Major lacerations and crushing can occur as well, the narrator explains. Factors including speed, size, and the site of the crash determine what will remain of the body. And then, the most disturbing part, decompression. When a plane breaks apart mid-air, sudden cabin decompression can literally suck out passengers, bodies, and seats into the sky. That means remains may be found far from the crash site, separated by kilometers. It's not the image most passengers have in mind when buckling a seatbelt. But for aviation experts, it's a grim truth they study, not to frighten, but to improve survival strategies. If there's one sliver of comfort, it's this. For many who die in mid-air disasters, death comes instantly and painlessly. If a crash is sudden during flight, the video explains, a person would likely pass out and only be conscious for a moment or two well before impact. In cases of catastrophic failure, the forces involved, the velocity, the shock, are enough to snap the neck, crush the spine, and render the brain inactive before the person even has time to panic. It's horrifying, yes, but in a paradoxical way, it's also merciful. Post-mortem reports back this up. In a 1950 crash of a Viking aircraft into heavy fog at London Airport, coroners reported, all the victims had received injuries which would lead to immediate loss of consciousness or death. The 1950 crash report didn't just confirm unconsciousness. It laid bare the sheer trauma inflicted on the human body in a split second. There were 10 fractured skulls, 1 fractured cervical spine, 1 brain hemorrhage, 8 ruptured aortas, 3 ruptured lungs, 3 ruptured hearts, and 2 ruptured livers or spleens. And that was just from one incident, a foggy morning, a single commercial flight. The point isn't to shock, it's to clarify. Understanding the physical consequences of aviation disasters is not just morbid curiosity, it's part of real safety science. Forensic experts, engineers, and regulators use this information to build safer cabins, stronger seat systems, and better evacuation protocols. But for viewers online, the shock hits hard. The comments say it all. The aftermath of the video, thousands of comments, most of them laced with fear, disbelief, and dark humor. "I'm never flying again," wrote one user. Another added, "I'm not scared of flying, I'm scared of crashing." A third joked, "If my car breaks down, I don't fall out of the sky." These aren't just flippant remarks. They reflect a collective truth. Aviation may be statistically safe, but emotionally, it's complicated. Another user summed it up perfectly. I didn't need to